Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Let us continue the topic of theory of happiness. 2500 years ago, Patanjali Muni said one interesting aspect. I would like to take that as a reference point today to discuss with you. Patanjali said that you can give what you have and you cannot give what you don't have. It looks a little complex, very easy to understand. Venn Dyer gives a very interesting, simple example. If you have got 12 oranges with you and you can give the 12 oranges to somebody, if you don't have oranges at all, then you cannot give the oranges to anybody. So it's a very simple example by which you can give what you have and you cannot give what you don't have. What is the context of this in the subject of theory of happiness? Majority of the time, we are not in a state of stable kind of a peaceful mind. If you probably record the whole day of events from your brain and then figure out that what are the occasions that we were not in a very stable state of mind, you will notice that almost 95% to 98% of the time, we are either in a state of flux in terms of our anger or anxiety or worry or some kind of negative emotions, and hardly we will find that we have gone through a very pleasant moment. So it means that when you are angry, for example, and you can give only anger to others, when you are anxious, you can only pass on the anxiety to others. So if you are extremely peaceful and happy, you will have a tendency to give happiness to others. So in the context of what Patanjali said, that you can give what you have and you cannot give what you don't have. So that is what it really means, that in the current scenario we are going through several kind of anxieties and worries and many other kind of imaginations more than what is the reality is. So we are in a position to have much more stronger emotions as compared to what we used to have before. So in those circumstances, the family members will have a tendency to give what they have. If they are anxious, they can only give anxiety. If they have miserable feeling, they can only give the miserable feeling to others. So this is exactly what Patanjali has said, that you can give what you have and you cannot give what you don't have. So this looks very ridiculously simple, but in terms of the application, that at this point in time, vast majority of the people are going through their career crisis. The profession in which they were employed is becoming redundant and so on and so forth. So under those circumstances, everyone has to learn new skills and then probably reorient themselves in a different kind of a profession and so on. So this has not happened in the many years past, decades, but which is happening right now. So under these circumstances, what is most important is how to maintain a stable mind and then continue to be productive. So in order to do that, we need to cultivate a different kind of a habit of constantly examining that what kind of a thoughts we are entertaining right now and how do we bring about a very stable, centered stature of mindset, for which it is becoming extremely important to learn what is going on in us. If we are not aware of what is going on in us at any given point in time, we will never be able to take charge and then change our mental attitudes. So, in the emotional intelligence, the starting point is the self-awareness. That means, unless otherwise we are aware of what is happening in us at any given point in time, we will never be able to go on to the next step, which is called self-regulation. So, self-awareness is a very unique kind of faculty that was bestowed on only human beings. If you look at any other creation, although it exists, maybe a plant or an animal or a bird or anything, they are just rolling their life without even being very conscious about what's happening in their life. They have not been given this most important faculty, which is the self-awareness. But whereas the human beings are blessed with this, one of the wonderful kind of faculty which is called self-awareness. Unless otherwise you sharpen your self-awareness, you will continue to be unconscious. When Eckhart Tolle says that most of the human beings are unconscious, that doesn't mean that they are sleeping or they don't know what is happening in their life. When you say conscious, it really means that you are able to capture what is going on in your mind at any given point in time. So when you are miserable, you should immediately come to know that you are miserable. If you are going to be angry, you must know that you are going to get angry. Not after the anger has been discharged, but much before that. So, coming to know what is currently happening in our mind is called self-awareness. When we are not aware and then we are going through the whole misery, that shows that we are unconscious. So when I say that you need to know what is there in you at any given point in time, then you can sharpen the skills for regulating it. If you don't know, you cannot regulate. Meaning that when you are driving a car, for example, if you are conscious about looking at the road, you will be able to watch what is happening. And then whether the car is taking a little right turn, then you turn the steering wheel towards the left, and so on and so forth. Thereby, self-awareness is a prerequisite for self-regulation. So the only way that you can sharpen your self-awareness is by meditation. Meditation is the only means by which you will be able to first of all become conscious and then capture yourself at any given point in time. So meditation helps you to figure out that what's happening in you at any given point in time. And there is no other way you can sharpen this particular aspect of self-awareness. It is something like going to the gym and then trying to practice biceps so that your muscle starts growing. In the same way, meditation is a practice by which you are training your mind, or you are going beyond the mind, transcending the mind and looking at it from a different perspective. I think that's all there for this particular episode. I'm sure that you got some new perspective on this matter and look forward to see you in the many more such sessions in the future. Thank you very much. Have a great day.